Hello, we are live, or at least we're going live to various places. Just making sure, yes, we are. We are live on Facebook and we are live on Twitter. Don't know why I've just gone into this deep Southern accent. If you like the deep Southern accent and you'd like me to keep the deep Southern accent, click the like button and share. No, not that share. Share as in, whoa. We are getting ready to go live on the Xander Gibb Show, as we do 5 nights a week. I am just sharing the link so we can people can know where we are. Oh, gotta share it. Gotta share on YouTube, the YouTube link as well. YouTube, because we're going live on YouTube also. And I know some of you'd like to watch me on the big movie screen. And who am I to stop you? Here we go. Madrigal Media is going live. We're going live with that Xander Gibb guy. Don't know who he is, but he's going to be hosting the show tonight. Got a great show coming up for you. Give you the chance to take part. Let me just share this. Then we're going to do a little bit of Facebook sharing. Apparently, the Xander Gibb Show commented on my Ujima flip, my what's it thingy. Hello, chat. Hello, Carla, our early birds. Welcome to the show. We're just getting shared. It is cold here. Is it cold where you are? We have the rain, and it's really darn cold. Oh, we have 21 shares. Let me make sure I'm sharing the right thing because sometimes Yes, this is the live show, and I'm going to share it to a group. Please let me. Oh, thank you, Lord Jesus. Lord Jesus, thank you. And I'm being totally serious when I say that because it's letting me share very quickly tonight. Apparently, I just earned a badge for someone's group, the Leonard Pink Walking Tours group. Should check this out if you're coming to London, guys. He does a very interesting grassroots look at London. Hello to everyone who's on the live feed. We will be starting very soon. Click that share button. Share. Whoa! If I could get you to share my show, if I could find a way. Here we go, making sure not to share in the. I don't know what came over me there. Yeah, it is a little cooler today, isn't it? I just ordered all my stuff for my backyard, and I'm hoping that we get. Yes, I know. Hoping we get some more summer before. Don't know why people message me when they know I'm live, broadcasting to the nation. Just shared to a group that I shouldn't have shared to, but I will go and omit that after. We are nearly there with a little share thrown in. If I could get you to share my show, how wonderful it would be. I take back those words that had hurt you, and you'd stay. I think we're nearly there. Just got to share to a couple of pages. I don't know why I shared the things I shared. Whoa. Cher has been awfully quiet of late. Yeah, she doesn't like Trump, does she? She blames Trump for her dyslexia for some reason. She can't write a full sentence, Cher, but she's a great singer. But apparently Trump is to blame for that. It's interesting, I do like her music, but I do feel I'm tired of these artists that trash Trump all the time and then expect us to turn back time music. Yeah, it is the music video chat is saying for turn back time is very bizarre. Yeah, it's very oriented towards gay men. They have lots of like naval sailors and big ships, and yeah, she did date Gene Simmons back in the day. Here we go. We are done. We are done early. We are ready to start the show a little early, but let's go for it because I can see that you're all chomping at the bit. We are going to go live in 5, 4, 3, 2, play opening titles. To me this time around, things were bound to change when it was found. Sugar never tasted sweeter on my lips. My heart is now intact, and I can find no ribs. This is love, yeah, love. Never known true love before. Seen so many counterfeits that left me on the floor. This is love, yeah, love. All will come to those who wait. Time it cannot know the bounds, and eras don't dictate. Well, hello, welcome to today's edition of the Xander Gibb Show, the talk show that really does get you talking on the Xandermonium Network, live from an undisclosed location. I am Xander Gibb because who else would I be? And on today's show, we'll be bringing you the best in Patriot broadcasting 5 nights a week. I'll be getting on my soapbox and giving you the opportunity to get on yours too, and our phone in, whichever side of the pond you are, you can call us. And we'll be breaking down today's hottest topics because there's so many things have happened. If you want to comment in the live feed, I'll be coming to say hello to everybody very soon. And I will be sharing your comments as we go. And you can call us in our phone in. You can follow me on social media. Check me out at xandergibb.com because that's my website. Oh, yes, sirree. Let's come to the live feed and see who's there and say hello to everybody because that's how we roll. Let's go backwards, backwards, backwards. Hello again to Carla. Hello to chat. Welcome to the show. Hello to Janie. Welcome to the show, Janie. I hope you're good. I will check your message after the show. Hello to my Genia. Hello to my Gina even. Please share my show, Gina. Welcome to the show. Hello to everybody that's watching, but not in the live feed. I hope I haven't missed anybody. Who's that? Yeah, I said hello to Carla. So welcome everybody to today's show. It is Monday, the 29th of June. I can't believe it's going to be July any day soon. That is kind of scary. 6 months till Christmas out there, y'all. Have you all added me to your Christmas list? We will be having some merchandise very soon. We will be having some 2021 calendars. Me in various different comedic poses will be on sale in time for Christmas. And I'm hoping my second album will be out, because I haven't done one for some time. I'm hoping that will be out for Christmas also. No, Chet says we don't bite. We don't. I might give you a nasty suck, but you will not be bitten. In this room, we are all, everyone is welcome here, even if you have differing opinions, but we do have one rule, and that is civil discourse. So today, President Donald J. Trump was accusing some Democratic officials of incredible stupidity for calling for actor John Wayne's name to be removed from an airport in California, even after an interview resurfaced of the Duke embracing white supremacy. John Wayne Airport in Southern California serves Orange County and Los Angeles. Mr. Trump, in January 2016, as presidential candidate, held a special event at the John Wayne Birthplace Museum in Winterset, Iowa. He spoke at a lectern next to a wax statue of the late actor. After being introduced by Wayne's daughter, the GOP candidate calls himself a longtime fan of the star of many hit Western films. We love John Wayne, Mr. Trump said that day. We love John Wayne and we love his family equally, right? Equally. But amid ongoing protests and other social changes following the death of George Floyd, you see, I can get his name right, but senior Democrats can't get his name right. But Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi called him different things this week. Under the name of a white police officer in Minneapolis, Mr. Trump's full embrace of John Wayne could give him yet another political headache because of a 1971 interview that's 50 years ago. 50 years ago, folks, John Wayne, who was born in 1900, conducted an interview with Playboy magazine, and he said, with a lot of blacks, there's quite a bit of resentment along with their descent, and possibly rightfully so. But we can't all of a sudden get down on our knees and turn everything over to the leadership of blacks, Mr. Wayne said. I believe in white supremacy until the blacks are educated to a point of responsibility. I don't believe in giving authority and positions of leadership and judgment to irresponsible people. Now, the thing is, for me, with all of this, that is commentary by today's standards is what we would consider racist. But for someone that was born in the 1900s, I kind of think that was expected, and not that we should have tolerated it, but it was kind of standard at that time. And 50 years ago, race relations were not what they were today. So what should we do? Should we tear down all of his anything to do with him? Don't watch any of his movies anymore, because I find that a little bit concerning. Hi to Dave, welcome to the live feed. Now, John Wayne died in 1979, which is 42 years ago, and he was age 72. So I don't condone any of his commentary from back then, but should we kind of ban him for just that commentary? Should we take everything away that is named after him? I'm kind of getting tired of this. I even saw today that they were taking Apu out of The Simpsons. Now, as an actor, a lot of the work I do is voiceover actor. And if somebody comes and says, can you do an Indian accent, Xander, will you do that for our show? I would do it, because I don't feel that that's racist. That's a skill that I have. I can do any particular accent to get to name, and I do not think that it is racist if it is for a job. So I don't kind of get this ideology. I know the guy from, the spin-off of Family Guy, he said he's not doing it anymore because he's a white guy and he doesn't want to be doing a black accent for a show. But, tell us what you think about this, guys. Tell us about this in the live feed. We're going to take your calls very soon. So although there's a global pandemic out there, Pride celebrations were held in Texas and several other places without social distancing. But I'm guessing the gays are immune to coronavirus. Great. I'm glad about that. Hope that means that I'm gonna not get it. Where are we? Dave says he likes John Wayne movies and he has no idea what he did in his personal life. But should we have to know what he did in his personal life? You know, I'm not decrying his. I'm not saying his commentary was okay, but it was kind of understandable for someone that was born in 1900 when the Cleveland show. That's the show. I couldn't remember just now. I don't know about you, but I am boycotting all of the shows that are pandering to all of this BS, because to me it's just kind of gone a bit far. Yes, goats' lives do matter. And yes, John Wayne was one of the greatest actors of all time. So Tehran's lead prosecutor general just fired and I'll start that one again. And now for some more news. Tehran just filed an Interpol red notice of arrest warrant request for one Donald J. Trump for the missile strike that led to Iran's regime top terrorist general Qasem Soleimani. Why exactly is the world's #1 state sponsor of terrorism a member of Interpol? I don't know what you guys think about that out there, because I think that is a little crazy. So we are going to take some of your calls. You can call us if you're in the I can't even talk tonight. If you are in the United States of America, you can call us on 845-363-4747. That's 845-363-4747. And if you are in the UK, you can call us on 0208-133-5274. That's 0208-133-5274. Call us, tell us what you think of this or any of the other things that I've mentioned. Tell us what is pissing you off today. Maybe it's me. That wouldn't surprise me. Chet says F Iran, because we can't say that word on the show, but it means fornicate, and it also means to have sex. And the goat, they wrote in on my sentiments exactly, because goats' lives matter too on this show. If you haven't already, click the share button. We are taking your calls now. You can call us on 845-363-4747. That's 845-363-4747. And if you are in the United Kingdom, you can call us on 0208-133-5274. The numbers are there. Where are we? There. Yeah, there. We have our first caller calling in, as if I didn't know who it was. Yes, I do accept. What happened there? Hello? That call dropped. If you'd like to call back in, caller, we will get you in and on the show. Have absolutely no idea what happened there. I think I know who it was, and knowing them as I do, I'm sure they'll be calling back any second now. Dang, it didn't work. Here we go. Hello and welcome to the Xander Gibb Show. You are live. What's your name and where are you calling us from? Come on, Skype. Hello, you are live on the Xander Gibb Show. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
This is Habib's Goat Farm, and just wanted to let you guys know that I'm filing a class action lawsuit for your abuse of the name of goats, because
really?
Mr. Joe Biden supports all goats, in all walks of life. Thank you very much.
Well, I don't know if you've ever heard this phrase, caller, but you can't get blood from a stone. So half a nuttin is nuttin, so you can go for it. But this is, of course, my good friend and good friend to the show, Chet Martin. Welcome back to the show. So, what out of any of that madness has kind of concerned you, or what has? I'm sure a plethora of those things have concerned you, but what has jumped out at you the most?
Well, everything just keeps getting crazier by the day, right? I mean, what I'm starting to see, Xander, is they're just going to look through everything that they can in order to take away our culture. When you're talking about getting rid of the likeness of John Wayne, taking away all his great movies. I mean, he was a fantastic actor.
Right.
And like you said, back in his time, that was how you talked. It just was.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Listen, Xander, when I was a young man, I remember my great aunt. She was a very old. She was an elderly lady. She, was born in the early 1900s, and she used to use the term, and I'm going to say it as nice as I can, colored.
Right.
And she was talking about, anybody that may be black, Hispanic, but that's how you describe it. And they would say that they were white.
Yeah, exactly.
It was the way you spoke. She didn't mean it to be a nasty racist.
No. And they also used the term, when I was growing up, they said, if you had mixed parentage, like if you had a black father and a white mother or vice versa, they said you were half caste. But then you weren't allowed to say that either. And the thing is that, I wouldn't defend any kind of racism. But the time that John Wayne lived in, he was born in, 1902 and died in the early 70s. I think that he probably saw that as acceptable. So do we continue to go through all of these things and tear away everything? Because I love a good John Wayne movie. Sunday afternoon, couple of beers. I'll slap my thigh with the best of them and say, the hell I will. So is all that done now, too?
Absolutely.
Change the name of the White House, maybe. Maybe that's the next thing.
This is what's happening. They're trying to take away everything that this country was founded on, including our art and our expression and what it means. You love music, you love acting, and you're pretty good at the radio stuff too. You're good. You love politics.
Thank you.
But if they start taking everything away, what do we have left? There's nothing left. And that and it's true. You said this last week. You compared what ISIS does to what Black Lives Matter and Antifa does right now, and you were spot on with that. That is exactly what they're doing, and that's scary.
But this is the same person behind both things. You know who was behind ISIS. You know who armed them. You know who ensured that they were funding. And even the Syrians know this, because people I know from Syria told me that, my president had done that. And I don't mean Donald J. Trump. I'm talking about Barack Obama, because Barack Obama is behind both organizations. Because this is so clever when you think about it. Black Lives Matter and all of these organizations, all of this money, this pity money that's coming in. Oh, we feel so bad about what you've been through. Yes, racism was terrible, but there's no one alive that remembers it. Let's give you some money. All that money is being funneled back into the DNC. And that shows the level of stupidity of some people in the United States if they've not worked that shit out yet.
Exactly. The thing is, when you turn on CNN or MSNBC, and I don't suggest that anybody does that, when you hear some of the commentators, they say, this is how we move forward and get away from racism. Listen, Xander, it's getting worse. It is. What we're seeing in this country, after the years of Barack Hussein Obama, and we've had 3 good years with President Trump, but it has gotten worse because once Obama left, they kept it amping up. Right. And there is a deep state, and they do want us to have division between the blacks, the whites, the Hispanics, the LGBTQ. And the sad part is all of these groups and folks in the minority community and the gay community, a lot of them, not all, a lot of them just go with the marching orders, and they don't look at what's really happening. They don't say to themselves, this is happening to them now, it could happen to me later. And it can.
Right. Well, I know from my time with the LGBTQ, AGBD, CAGFG, ever extending acronym community, that if you didn't agree fully, then they didn't embrace you. Rather like the Democrats, because where are they when a conservative gay person gets attacked? They really don't care. The politics comes before the sexuality with the left. Whereas, it's funny, I was sold the bill of goods that all Republicans hated me because I was gay. And now I would say 80% of my friends happen to be Republicans. So where's that ideology got them now,
And that's too bad that was because you're a great voice. You're a great voice to have. You and so many others. Andy, I can't think of everybody. Milo, you. These are people we want in our camp. And these are people that we want to spread the message of what we're all about. What we're all about is expressing ourselves, not clamming anybody up that wants to worship God or wants to, go out and vote for who they feel best represents them. Instead, with all of these groups, you have to march to the beat of their drum, or, like you said, they castigate you and throw you out.
Yeah.
And that is so harmful.
I'm sure there was no pun intended, but I think it's funny that you said that you said the list of these gay conservatives, and you said, we want you in our camp. Well, thank you. I'm going to take that. I'll be in your camp.
Bad. I didn't mean for it to sound bad, but I think Xander.
Yes, go ahead.
I'm still here. I think that the conservative movement has moved in a great direction.
I do.
Over the last 20 to 10 years, and we have to keep that moving forward, because if we can convince them that this is the party for them, we'll accomplish so much more.
I think that before I defected, I've even had that said to me, you defected from the Democrats. Before I became the traitor, from the outside looking in, I actually never bothered to investigate any of the things that were told to me about conservatives, because I just was given the ideology that they hated me. So why would I bother? But I love, like, when I'm on Twitter and stuff, and I reach and people say, oh, you wouldn't understand, you're not gay, and I go, well, actually I am gay, and I'm probably one of Donald Trump's biggest supporters, and that gets them kind of questioning a little bit.
That angers them.
It does.
They see red when you say that. They see red, and that's half of the problem. What you said, you didn't look into it. They don't want you to look into it.
No, they don't.
If you look into it, you'll start to see the truth, and then you'll find out that once you start to say, you know what, I don't really feel that way, then they throw you under the bus and they never pick you back up.
For sure. That's it. I always joke about this, and I don't care how offensive it is. They took away my fag badge. The day I decided that I was not following the left's ideologies anymore, when I actually said, I'm not going to vote for Barack Hussein Obama for a second time in the United States, they took away my fag badge. But I'm allowed to say that. But I want to reverse a little. How worried are you about them going through with this arrest warrant for one Donald John Trump, who resides at the White House?
Yeah, that's just so stupid. You know what it is?
Yeah.
They're just trying to, gin up a little more dissension over here in America. And the sad part is, the Democrats are probably on the side of Iran with this one.
Oh, of course.
It's a joke, man. Listen, that country is the lead sponsor of state terrorism in the world. And we're taking, and like MSNBC is posting it on their homepage. And you know the screwed up part, Xander. You would think they'd be like rogue terrorist. No, all the leadership in Iran is scolding Donald Trump. Like, give me a break, dude.
Yeah.
The guy that we killed was a murderous bastard.
Yeah. What about all of the people that he killed? You know.
Yeah, and it's a lot.
Yeah.
You know what, Xander? When Donald Trump took that guy out, they attacked him that very day.
Yeah. I kind of. So where was the arrest warrant for when? I love how the left always says that Barack Obama killed bin Laden, like he did it with his own two hands. Right. But where was the arrest warrant? Wabbits are weaselly recognized. Where was the arrest warrant for Barack Obama when he killed Osama bin Laden?
Yeah, you know, there is a double standard that always ends up coming out. Hopefully, in the next year or two, we'll see an arrest warrant for Barack Obama. I doubt it. I think we're going to see some arrest warrants come for Comey and a few others. But I think it's become pretty evident here over the last 2 years that Barack Obama is still calling the shots for the Democrats.
Oh, of course.
He is.
Yeah,
no doubt about it.
Deep State Barry is still there. Well, that's why he got, what's her name, the Iranian queen to move into his house so that they could, do all of this deep state stuff. Because here's the thing, President Trump said, you think what's gone in Minneapolis, gone on in Minnesota, and Minneapolis is, worrying. If you vote for Joe Biden, this is going to happen in the whole of America. And it's absolutely true. But, I actually realized today, who they're going to slide in, don't you? It's going to be Barack Obama who they're going to slide in.
No.
Yeah. I would put money on it.
I've heard that before.
I would put money. Do you know the reason I say it is because
I would be frightened to see that.
Yeah, he can't run for president again, but there's nothing to say he can't be vice president. Did you know that?
I've heard that. Is that true?
Yes.
I gotta. If they did that, man, that would be? I just can't. I don't even want to think about it. He is such a cancer for this country.
Wouldn't that be scary?
Did we ever end up with him?
Barack Obama for another 4 years. I mean, didn't he do enough damage the first time around? Hi to Sonia. I hope you're well, and I hope you found your scaffolding. She'll know what that means.
It's amazing that we ever elected him, Xander.
It is.
It's amazing.
Let alone
really
twice.
Is.
I mean, I was partially to blame for it once because I did vote for him the first time, but I just think that before the end of his first term, it was apparent that he didn't care about America or Americans in any way, shape, or form. So why would we want to kind of have someone like that back again,
Well, and the Rhino Republicans put him back in. If you remember, and I'm no fan of Mitt Romney, but Mitt Romney kicked his ass during the first debate.
Yeah.
And, at the time, I was like, all right, this looks great. Then all of a sudden he comes out for the second debate and he can't remember his name.
Yeah.
Tell me that wasn't set up.
Yeah.
That was so ridiculous. And then, the first time around running against McCain. McCain is like the perennial loser, and he's passed away, I get that, but he was the perennial loser of the Republican Party. He ran for president like 2 times before that.
But
he's like the John Kerry of the Republican Party. That was a joke.
But is McCain any less of an asshole because he's dead? I'm sorry, but he plotted against the United States of America. Boo-hoo, he was a prisoner. A prisoner of war. And that's terrible too, but that does not entitle you to work as a rogue agent against the United States of America. And we know that happened. He was anti-American.
What's more offensive than that is what he did when he was a senator. Simple as that.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy screwed us over so many times, Xander. I can't even keep count. But the big one was when we could have got rid of that horrible Affordable Care Act, old Obamacare, and he was the son of a bitch that stopped it from happening.
Oh, come on, bitch, fair check. if you like your doctor, you can keep your doctor. Yeah, like hell.
That was a load. That was a load, wasn't it?
But imagine, here's the ideology of an affordable care act, but if you can't afford to buy it, we'll fine you for not having it. Where's the lunacy in that? Do you know what I mean? That has to be the worst piece of legislation ever to be put before Congress, let alone signed. I mean,
yeah, that's like taking a piece of dog turd and painting it gold and telling somebody, hey, here's a nice piece of gold for you here.
Yeah.
Wait, no, that's a dog turd. The Democrats do that all the time. They name it something really nice, and then it's not.
Yeah.
That's even the names like Black Lives Matter when they're Marxists. It's not about black people. Come on.
Well, the leader of
it's not about that.
The leader of one of the founder members of Black Lives Matter said this week in an interview, said we are trained Marxists. No, she didn't say we're trained marksmen. Yeah. She said we're trained Marxists. So what does that tell you? If the two founder members of Black Lives Matter are Marxists, what does that make your organization? It makes it a freaking Marxist organization.
Yeah, they're brown shirts. That's all they are. They're the foot soldiers of Barack Obama, or as CV would say, Barack O'Jack. And by the way, I know you got to let me go at some point, but why, it's so evident. Why doesn't anybody question why Valerie Jarrett is living at the Obama's house?
Yeah.
I mean, it's the strangest thing. And the thing is, you don't hear Hannity talk about it, Mike Savage, Mark Levin, none of them talk about that. It's like the weirdest freaking thing that conservative media won't even touch it. I don't know why.
Maybe being a Muslim woman, she's got a thing
for nefarious reasons.
Maybe being a Muslim woman, she's got a gay man fetish. Maybe she loves living with two gay men. I mean, do you think Mike Obama kind of dresses as a guy when he's at home and doesn't shave and stuff? Because I'm sure he doesn't.
He doesn't even bother to use the duct tape to tuck himself when he goes out on Ellen DeGeneres.
Yeah, I saw that.
He's up there dancing with Ellen DeGeneres with these loose, baggy sweatpants, and you can see his twig and berries flopping up and down. Like, what is that? It's like a microphone pack, they said. Oh, it's a microphone pack. Oh, you put the microphone pack down by his penis? Okay, it seems A-okay with me.
I don't know, I just think... I can't wait for all of this to finally come out, Chet, because people will be very surprised. We've said it for long enough. The Michael Obama. I mean, I've seen the pictures of him as a guy. There is no doubt that this is a guy.
That, and we've seen pictures of him with his balls when he's dressed up as a woman.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the strangest thing the way they kind of set that whole thing up too. Because if you look at the kids, the eldest daughter, I will say, looks like Obama.
Yeah.
But she's not. You can see they always have these two individuals that walk around with them, especially when they're on vacation, which is a lot, and they both look like the daughters. It's great. You're like, oh my God, really? But for that to be hidden is just, if they can hide that from the American people, Xander, they can hide anything.
Well, it's been one of the biggest cover-ups ever. But a lot of the paperwork that was sealed with regards to Barack Obama has become unsealed now. This is why we know that he spied on the president. This is why we know a lot of the things that he's done. And the thing is that, I keep going back to this, but I think that the President Trump is waiting to get a second term of office, and then he's really going to kick ass. There are going to be some people that are, and this is what they're afraid of. This is why we're having a second wave of COVID-19, not that we ever had a first wave, because the impeachment didn't work. And saying, excuse me, that America is racist didn't work either. So, we got to have, what's next, flying pigs with Hillary commanding them? I mean, please,
No, it's totally ridiculous. And I think I said this the last time I was with you. I mean, they just cover for each other time and time again.
Yes.
And the Republican Party, okay, great. It's called the Big Tent Party, and I get that. But let's face it, the Republican Party is it's not hip. I mean, as far as the way that they treat social media, the way they don't support each other, it goes into effect with basically, well, just basically silencing the people that you should try to promote. It doesn't make any sense. And the Democrats don't do that. They do it the right way. And behind the closed doors, I'm sure they do hate each other. But they don't show it. And we do. And that's not a good thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the concern is that I don't think the Republican Party has ever embraced Donald Trump because they didn't want him there in the first place. And as well as that, they're kind of when I see conservatives, when I see Republicans that say that they voted for Hillary or say that they're going to vote for Joe Biden, what does that actually say about them? Because for me, if you're willing to vote for anybody but the candidate that's been nominated, then you're not a Republican. You are not a Republican.
Yeah, I was actually surprised that Carly Fiorina did that. I've never really liked the woman. She doesn't have a great career as far as being a politician, but I thought she was better than that. And it's depressing because when you see this happen, the left, they just don't have people that do that on their side. You would think that there'd be at least one or two that would say, I can't vote for Joe Biden because he's got dementia.
Yeah, but wouldn't you think even his own family? I mean, they obviously want to cover up for Hunter Biden and things like that. But God rest him. My father's not with us. I know yours isn't either. But you wouldn't let your dad go through that, would you? You'd have to pull him out.
No, I wouldn't want my father going through that. But look at who Hunter Biden is. He's just a horrible person. He's terrible. Yeah. The stuff he did was embarrassing. But I guess when your dad sniffs everybody's heads and grabs little girls, what do you expect your son to be like?
Yeah. Well, look,
it's not like he had a great upbringing.
Slept with his dead brother's wife. Slept with hookers. Did cocaine.
Oh my God!
Took all that money from Burisma for doing a job that he never did, as well as other senior Democrats. Too. You see, why does nothing ever get done about the things that happen on the left? But you hear of a Republican doing something, they've resigned and they've gone right away. Maybe there needs to be more investigative practices on the left. Even for people like Cuomo and De Blasio, the financial improprieties that are going on in New York right now that are affecting the people. I find most worrying.
Me too. But and the thing that happens on that side of the aisle is it's really frustrating because of the protection that they have with the media.
Right.
It's the protection that they get inside the Senate and with the Congress. And if you don't remember, it was like a year. It was when all this stuff about Hunter Biden started to come out, and President Trump tweeted about Hunter Biden being on this board with Burisma. And somebody on Joe Biden's team came out and said, how dare you go after my child? And it was like, dude, you go after Barron Trump.
Yeah.
You guys are sick. But dude, Hunter Biden is an adult.
Yeah.
And he's a scumbag, and he got a blowjob 3 blocks away from his father's standings over there at the White House. It's just unbelievable, the double standard that the left has for their own.
Well, I absolutely agree with you. Might not agree with some of your terminology, but we can move swiftly on from that. Would you like to do another quick story with us before you go?
Yeah, what's that?
Great. So the White House today insisted that there is no consensus that the intelligence that Russia offered bounties to Taliban linked with militants to kill U.S. troops is accurate, which is why it said the issue was never flagged. President Trump or Vice President Pence, despite reports to the contrary, including the New York Times. Now, the comments from the administration come after a Sunday night tweet from President Trump insisting he had not been informed of the reports. because the intelligence community did not find this info credible. And amid mounting pressure from Congress to get to the bottom of whether Trump knew the alleged bounties had happened, and if so, why there was no retribution against Russia. POTUS was never briefed on this issue because there is no consensus within the intelligence community on these allegations. A senior administration official said that the intelligence did not make it up the chain of command to the president because the intelligence department heads did not agree that there was any credibility in the information. Where the hell does the New York Times, I apologize to the New York Post. Where does the New York Times get off? Surely they need to be designated a sewage facility because they're so full of crap.
Absolutely. And the New York Times, they haven't lied before. They constantly lie about the president. And I'm just going to tell you this and tell the listeners this. President Trump and Vice President Pence would never, ever do that
No way.
to our soldier.
No.
Ever. That is the most ridiculous claim. And when the liberals come at you, just remember that it was the liberals that spit in the face of our Vietnam veterans when they came home. And President Trump, Vice President Pence, and the rest of his administration respect our soldiers, and the claim is a bunch of bull.
But what
That's what I think.
But what does America gain from that? Clearly this is
nothing.
Another attempt of the liberal media to lie about things so egregious, because basically what they're saying is that the Trump administration is paying Russia to get the Taliban to kill American soldiers. I mean, how freaking dare they?
It doesn't even make any sense.
No.
It doesn't pass the sniff test. They act like President Trump and Putin are out golfing with one another. It's so ridiculous. And what they fail to remember, Barack Obama had a really cushy relationship with Vladimir Putin. It was that story of when they met overseas where he said, well, after my reelection, we can talk. And, don't go after Russia when Trump's in office, but pander to them when Obama's in office.
Yeah.
It just shows how weak they are, Xander. And also, by the way, we shouldn't be focusing so much on Russia. We should be focusing on China.
Yeah,
it's
another kind of distraction, isn't it? They've gone through the Russia thing. Even their own guys said the Russia thing was a load of BS. There was nothing erroneous there. I know they said erogenous. I don't know why. There was nothing erroneous there. But now they're kind of, bringing that all of that up again. Do you think they're desperate, Chet? Because I do.
Of course, their candidate can't come out of the basement. They are desperate right now. The only way that they can go after Trump and try to make some headway is to attack him, and that's what you're seeing time and time again. And just have some faith, listen to what's going on, but don't go crazy over it. We have a president that's done a great job. The economy is really coming back in a great way.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate that they're still trying to push this COVID-19 crap. Take it all in jest. We all have to come together. We all have to back the president. That's the biggest thing. And make sure that everybody gets to the polls when they need to get to the polls. And we also have to make sure that the Democrats understand that we are not accepting mail-in ballots, not now, and not ever.
Yeah.
Not ever.
Yeah, because in-person voting is a necessity because the propensity for fraud with mail-in ballots is just too high a risk. And I think this is too important an election for this to happen. But I think that the left wants to use all these little different bits of the jigsaw in order to try and ensure a win. But that can't happen. America under the liberals again, you may as well say goodbye. People who don't live in America, even for holidays, do you imagine the tourist industry is ever going to be the same again with the Democrats in charge? It is a huge concern. Hello to Alan, who just joined us in the live feed. I think that we have to, people are saying he's given up and the President Trump is going to pull out. What a load of BS. After all
No,
he
that's
has
not,
done,
that's so
he's
stupid.
going nowhere.
Yeah, he's not pulling out. Listen, they said that when he got elected.
Yeah.
Remember? Oh, he didn't really want to win. In a couple months, he'll just, go back to Mar-a-Lago, and that's why the First Lady stayed there. You remember that whole thing?
Yeah.
And they actually were saying that when he was elected. So stop listening to the same thing they say over and over again.
Yeah.
They always go back to the well. If they say a lie enough, it becomes the truth. But there's no truth with them. It's all lies.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they say that the key with all of this is to actually accuse the left, accuse the other side of what you're doing, so that then it kind of shields you from that. But we are going to take some more calls. But thanks for calling in, Chet. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. I'm sure we'll hear from you again very soon. Chet Martin, everybody, from Freedom on Deck. You can check him out at freedomondeck.com. And the show is Sunday. It's 3 till 5 Eastern Time on News Now and Stimulating Talk.
WJJF.
WJJF. Go WJJF.
Thanks, Ann.
All right, brother. Thanks a lot. Take care. Bye-bye. You too. That was Chet Martin from Freedom on Deck. Make sure you check out their show. I'm often on there Sundays 3 till 5. Make sure you check them out. So we're going to take some more calls. 845-363-4747 if you are in the United States. And if you are in the United Kingdom, you can call us on 0208 133-5274. That's 0208 133-5274. A couple in St. Louis is facing a mixture of praise and criticism on social media after images and videos showed them aiming guns at protesters marching past their home on a private road. Footage shows the couples, one with a pistol and one with what appeared to be a semi-automatic rifle, shouting at the protesters and waving the weapons around. At times they appeared to be pointing the firearms towards the demonstrators, and quite right too. A mob of at least 100 smashed through the historic wrought iron gates of a private street, which were marked Private Street. Not that any of these protesters can read, and also had no trespassing signs. And it put his family in fear of their lives. The St. Louis Dispatch Post reported that police are investigating the incident. The march was organized by Expect Us, which is Build the Event, as a call to action against the violence towards Black people. The route reportedly passed the home of Mayor Linda Crewson, where protesters chanted, "Resign, Lydia." The Post-Dispatch also reported that the demonstration had hand-painted resign signs outside the home of the mayor as she had read aloud the addresses of constituents calling for the police to be defunded. Now, the other thing that I heard today was, I think good for these guys, really, and I'm sure you agree with me. A lot of people are saying they're getting more armed, but a cop shared a video today basically saying that ready for this, he'd basically been called to a protest called Defund the Police, and those people doing the protest said that they wanted a police presence. So go figure. We've got citizens making sure they're armed. We've got citizens saying, "Hi, Christopher, welcome to the live feed." We got citizens saying, "I'm not putting up with this shizzle any longer." And really, why shouldn't you protect, and I'm talking about in the United States because we don't have the right to bear arms in the UK, before you write and tell me. I know this. Unfortunately, we do not have the right to bear arms in the United Kingdom. So I am talking about the United States. Why shouldn't you protect yourself and your family and your property? And how hilarious is it that they have the audacity to ask for a police presence at a Defund the Police rally. Give us a call. We've probably got time for 1 or 2 more calls. 845-363-4747 if you are calling from the United States. And if you're calling from jolly old England, you can call us on 0208-133-5274. That's 0208-133-5274. If you are calling from the UK, it will cost you the same as a local call. Hello, are you local? Give us a call. Janie says, you can never be anyone else but you if you don't try. Okay. Chet says, in Seattle, they're bitching about police not responding to shootings in the autonomous zone. I know this sounds mean, but give them enough rope, they will hang themselves. I think they should be left to kind of do whatever they're doing. Why should the police go in and stop these things from going on? If you're playing with guns and you don't know how to use them, then you can end up getting shot or shooting someone else. Why should the police get involved with that? Give us a call, what's the number? 845-363-4747. That's 845-363-4747. If you're calling from the United States or if you're calling from the UK, you can call us on 0208-133-5274. Janie says, my biker friends for Trump are in Washington State. I think the bike has always seemed to come good for President Trump. I love how they just kind of like swoop in and really just, give them what for. Yeah, soon we won't be able to talk about rope. I see things have gone quiet about Bubba, what's his name, and his accusations of racism with regards to a garage door opener. I think he should apologize to people for that because it's so disingenuous to say, oh, these people are saying I should be hung because I'm black, when it's the same door opener that's been there for the whole year plus that he's been using that storage facility, that garage, for his car. I mean, how stupid does he think we are? This is just Jussie Smollett part 2. And I think that Jussie Smollett will get away with it if Camilla on your knees Harris has got anything to do with it. But this guy should go to jail. If, anybody that commits a hate crime should go to jail. But if you fake a hate crime, I can't even believe I'm saying this. If you fake a hate crime in the United States, you should be taken to jail. You should get a prison sentence for that. I can't even say a sentence tonight. I'm breaking these teeth in for a horse, by the way. What do you think? Call us, 845-363-4747 if you're calling from the United States. And if you're calling from the UK, 0208-133-5274. That's 0208-133-5274. Oh, yes, sirree. Don't forget about our drinking game. Every time I say the words, oh yes, sirree, which apparently I say as often, but I don't say it as often now I'm aware of it, you can take a drink of whatever takes your fancy. Chet says, wouldn't shock me one bit. I think we're still talking about the rope. I love you too, Christopher. Thanks for joining us. It's always great to have you. So I don't know about you, but I think that a whole lot needs to happen in the United States right now to actually make people safe. And I'm not surprised that people are, increasing their arsenals and making sure that they've got the protection that they need, because it is your right. You do have the right to bear arms. And apparently gun sales have gone through the roof, and also have the sale of ammunition. So I'm not surprised that people are doing this. I think if I lived in the United States right now, I would have a whole barrage of guns to protect myself, and you should all be kind of looking to protect yourself too. Because what did that couple actually do wrong? All they did was make sure that they were safe, and in the end, they were. Those people went. They left them. I just want to go backwards and share Dave's comment. Dave said NASCAR ratings were so low this weekend. They're talking about only showing races on certain tracks. I think it's going to happen with the football too. Hello to Mike. Welcome to the show. I think that all of these organizations that are pandering are going to end up with they're going to end up with a drop in the viewership, a drop in people actually wanting to see what is going on. Because when you're pandering like this, why would anybody want to partake, watch, be involved, or any of those things? I actually think it is a huge concern. So give the call. Tell us what you think about any of the topics we've talked about, or you can call us about something totally different. You can call us on 845-363-4747. That's 845-363-4747. If you're calling from the United States, and if you're calling from the UK, you can call us on 0208 133-5274. Call us now. Be brave. We've probably got time for one quick call. Chet said he's done with football. I never really was a football fan for obvious reasons, although there are a lot of gay football fans out there. But now, I actually used to like to go to football games for the atmosphere and the food, which apparently you're not supposed to. I love those chili dog. Oh, feed me a chili dog. I like all that kind of thing. And I like the atmosphere of ball games, but I couldn't tell you what was going on. But it's funny, when there's international soccer games on the television, I get calls from people saying, Xander, you've got this British connection. Tell us about the offside rule or something like that. I was talking about liking going to the American football games, because in England, although we call it football, it's what we call in America soccer. See why I'm confused, guys? It is so confusing. We got some great guests coming up for you this week. On tomorrow's show, we have Tony Lasacco, so make sure you tune in for that. Yes, if I say football, I usually mean American football. No, not Native American football. American football. Apparently now the commissioner says that he will be kneeling, along with Kamala Harris, by all accounts, because she's often kneeling too, which got her the job in the first place. Not had your fill of the Gibster. You can join us 5 nights a week, 5 Pacific, 7 Central, 6 Eastern, 1 a.m. in the UK, and 12 midday down there in Australia. And you can join us tomorrow for more scintillating chat. As I said, Tony Lasacco will be joining us. We are nearly at the end of the show. We have no more time to take any calls because there are so many scaredy cats out there. But join us tomorrow where you'll get the opportunity to call in and talk to us again. Thanks to Chet for calling in. That's Chet from Freedom on Deck, who is a fan of Goat Bowl and says the goat lives matter. Christopher says that he's just got into sports. Good for you, brother. Doesn't do anything for me. Yes, Kamala Kneepad Harris. We are at the end of the show. Thank you to everyone in the live feed. Please click that share button before you go, that most important share button, so people can watch this after the fact. Thanks to all of the new faces who we haven't seen before. Please click the share button. Please go and click the like button on the Xander Gibb Show. We will be back with you tomorrow. Yes, her and Downtown Willie Brown. If those in the know will know what that means. Thank you so much for joining us. As I said, please click the share button. I've been Xander Gibb, and I really do love you all. Bye-bye. It has been good to me this time around. Things were never bound to change when it was found. Click the bell button and subscribe to keep up with the Xander Gibb Show. Oh yes, sirree.